Hi and welcome to episode 11, Lemon Vanilla Vegan Cupcakes with Blueberry Elderflower Compote and Condensed Milk Buttercream. Here is a teaser as to how they will look like. First things first, you will need your apron. Wait, how did this get here? Let's get the right one. There we go, more like it. Jessica always leaves her things lying around. Set the oven to 155 degrees Celsius to start with. Take your measuring scale and a very large bowl, and I mean the biggest one you probably have. Weigh out 510 grams of unsweetened soya milk. Next, we will need some apple cider vinegar. Try and get it open. I think I have gone weak during the lockdown period. Clearly, I loosened it. We will need 20 grams of that. Whisk it like crazy. The apple cider vinegar will thicken up the soya milk, giving it a nice and rich body for the cupcake. After whisking, pour in 375 grams of caster sugar, 140 grams vegetable oil, 10 grams of vanilla essence, 10 grams of lemon essence. And to really bring the lemon flavor out, we'll need half a lemon finely zested. I am using a microplane to help me, but you can use a grater. Leave the bowl to one side. Now onto the dry ingredients. Take a medium-sized bowl and place a sieve on top of it. In goes 440 grams of plain flour, 40 grams of corn flour to help give it a stable body for the cupcakes, 5 grams table salt to balance the sweetness, 7.5 grams of baking powder, well, that is just nice, I had enough, and 5 grams of bicarbonate soda. Give it a shake. Now that your dry ingredients are ready, let's set up the cupcake tins. This recipe makes 24, so let's get them laid out. I have here with me silver, bronze and gold cupcake liners. Since we are doing a lemon one, I think gold would be a good choice. Do that by dropping it from the top, like this. Now that is done, bring out the large bowl with the wet ingredients. Whisk to break up the sugar and to dissolve it. Take the bowl with the dry ingredients and pour the whole thing in one go. Don't hesitate. This is one of those recipes where you don't have to do it in stages. Whisk it all around until the flour has disappeared. Once you have finished whisking, use a rubber spatula to scrape the sides of the bowl, ensuring there are no unmixed parts. Don't worry about it not being smooth. Take a piping bag because we're going to fill it up. I like using a jug to hold my piping bag in to keep it stable. Pour in the mix. Only pour as much as you think you can handle. Don't be a hero and overfill your piping bag because you could end up spilling the entire bag because it could end up being too heavy. Cut the top. I like to use a clip to close the hole, so that I'm able to keep the bag on standby without the worry of it leaking cupcake mix all over the place. Start filling the cupcake cases. Fill it to about 2/3 of the way. You can always go back to evenly distribute the mix around. Place the cupcake in the oven for 20 minutes. With this recipe, you don't have to turn the tin halfway around while cooking. Take the cupcakes out. Look at that plump, ready-to-eat cupcake. After 1 minute, take them out from the baking tin and place them on a wire rack. We do this to avoid a soggy bottom. Let the cupcakes cool down. Next, onto the cupcake filling. Take a medium pot and place on your scale. Put in 680 grams of frozen blueberries. I am using frozen blueberries because it is more economical, especially since I am cooking them. I would say keep fresh blueberries for eating straight away. I have here some elderflower syrup. Such a lovely smell. It has that springtime kick about it. Pour in 100 grams of elderflower syrup. I was fortunate enough to receive some homemade elderflower syrup from my lovely neighbor Angela, straight from her farm. You can also buy elderflower syrup or cordial in the supermarket. Take the pot and place on the stove to medium to high heat. Now in a small bowl, measure out 200 grams of caster sugar and 12 grams of pectin. Give it a mix to avoid it from going lumpy. Pour it in over the cooking blueberries. Use a wooden spoon to mix the pectin into the blueberries. After a few minutes, the juice from the blueberries will start to come out. We want to let it boil for at least 5 minutes to activate the pectin. Take it off the stove. We're going to blend the blueberries using a hand blender. Blend until smooth. This is so we don't get large pieces of blueberries while eating the cupcake, unless you like that sort of thing, then you can skip this step. After blending, pour it on a tray so that you can cool it down evenly. Wrap the surface with clean film to touch. You can speed up the process with some ice packs on the top. Let that cool. In the meantime, we're going to make holes in the center of the cupcakes. I am using a star piping tip to help me. Just insert it and twist. Once you have done that, you can leave them on standby. All we have to do now is be patient with the filling. We want it to thicken up. Let's give it about 2 hours. Take the filling out and have a check. Let's test the consistency by taking out a little bit and spreading it over the work surface. That spreads very nicely. It isn't runny, and it holds up rather firm, but still remaining slightly loose, giving it a nice mouthfeel. Let's get on with the buttercream. Take your mixing bowl and place in it 250 grams of butter. Room temperature, ideal but not necessary. Lucky for me, blocks of butter here comes in 250 grams already. We need the zest of half a lemon. Remember from earlier, we can use the other half. I am using a whisk rather than a paddle to whip up my buttercream, because it will make it lighter and more airy. Turn your mixer on to medium to high speed. Let that go for a couple of minutes. Once it has doubled in size, take it off the mixer. Scrape the sides of the bowl and we are going to measure out 200 grams of condensed milk. Put it back on the mixer and let that go for a couple of minutes. Let that whip up until it becomes nicely incorporated. Take another bowl and take out 225 grams of the buttercream, and in that bowl, place 60 grams of blueberry elderflower filling. We're going to make that blue. Now we're going to fill the buttercream into the piping bag. Here is a trick to doing 2 different colors. Take some clean film and place it on your work surface. Make it rectangle. I am using a star tip because I think piping with them just makes it so elegant. Place the piping nozzle in the bag. Place the bag to one side for now. Take the white buttercream and make a line. Take the blue buttercream and make a line on the bottom and the top of the white line. You will want to make a buttercream sandwich like this. Cut near the buttercream edge and fold over, creating a buttercream sausage. This is what it looks like. Take your piping bag and place the buttercream sausage in. Pull the piping bag up like a sock. Hold the end of the cling film and use the back part of your palm and pull the cling film out. Watch the cling film slide out. Now that the buttercream has been filled in the bag, it's time to fill the blueberry filling into a piping bag as well. Now it is time to assemble. And there you have it, lemon vanilla vegan cupcakes with blueberry elderflower compote and condensed milk buttercream. When you bite into it, you are welcomed with a surprise. Thank you for joining me on this cupcake journey. If you enjoyed what you watched, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Until next time, bye for now!